Welcome to the Influence and Inspire podcast, episode 23. And I'm delighted to tell you today my guest is Ernest Enabulele, and an author and founder of Interview Coaching Expert. Hello, Ernest.
Hello. It's a pleasure.
Are you good?
How you doing? Not too bad. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on your podcast.
Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you. So, Ernest, I'll probably kick off with the first question. So you're an interview coach and an author. So tell me a bit more about what you do as an interview coach.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, as an interview coach, I help candidates to prepare for job interviews, guide them on how to answer interview questions, how to build their confidence, what to expect, what to say and what not to say during job interview. And also the aspect of body language, impression, facial expression, your anxiety, nervousness. That's why I come into play. I have to address those issues first before I go to the nitty-gritty on why you are applying for the job post. Yeah. So that's why my specialty is to guide them on how to land their dream job, either university student or job seekers.
Okay. So just a quick question on that. So you talk about body language and stuff like that, which I know is important in interviews. Have you changed your coaching style when it comes to interviews online? So, for instance, Teams interviews. I understand during the lockdown period, people have been doing a lot of interviews on Skype or Teams or possibly Zoom. Have you got any ideas on how to change your coaching style for the online interviews, etc.?
Absolutely. Prior to the pandemic that happened, I used to have face-to-face, but with the pandemic which occurred during March, I now resort to having Skype interview coaching on Zoom.
Yeah.
During that process, it's all done. It still comes down to nitty-gritty, your eye contact, how you communicate, your body expression. Those are the first steps I look at. If you're not maintaining eye contact, I can tell the client, no, your eye contact has to be accurate. Your body language, how you compose yourself. You have to be more relaxed, avoid being nervous. If a recruiter is watching you and interviewing you and feeling nervous, it shows you are not prepared for the interview. Yeah. So preparation is the key. In the words of Ziegler, he said, you don't fail to prepare, you prepare to fail.
Yeah.
So you have to prepare thoroughly for any job interview. That's why Skype is very important. How you build your confidence, your body language, eye contact during that Zoom or Skype interview is very essential.
Yeah.
The first step. Yeah.
Excellent. So I suppose just moving on, name 3 of the most important things to do when you're in an interview.
First of all, like I said, the first step prior to going for an interview is preparation. Preparation is the key. If you don't prepare thoroughly and you go for an interview, you don't have that confidence. Yeah. It's going to jeopardize your chances of leading that dream job. So you have to have that confidence. You have to have that confidence in yourself during job interview. And secondly, your body language, how you maintain your body language, eye contact is also crucial.
Yeah.
Last but not least is how you answer interview questions, what to say and what not to say. Most candidates are prepared for interview. They don't have that tool, that skill. They are not passionate during job interview.
Yeah.
So you have to be passionate. You have to be enthusiastic. You have to be more convincing. Let them know why you are the best candidate for that job post. It's very essential.
So in your coaching, do you tell people how to appear passionate about something that they're not really passionate about? So, for instance, not everyone goes to every interview saying, I'm really passionate about this job. Some people just need to get a job to pay their bills. So how do you go about coaching them to come across as passionate?
By being passionate, you must be enthusiastic about that job post. You must be keen. You must be interested.
Yeah.
So what I do, I bring out that passion in you. I see how you answer the interview question. I can tell you, no. They want to see how confident you are. Bear in mind, there are other candidates vying for that same job post. Let them know why you are the best candidate for that job post.
Yeah.
How do you do that? By being passionate, by being enthusiastic, by being more convincing to recruiter. In that way, you stand a better chance of landing that dream job or university course you are applying for.
Okay. Thank you for that. Tell me about one of your most successful moments in your coaching career.
One of my most successful moments in my coaching career is I have a client. He's a consultant in St. Thomas Hospital.
Yeah.
He has been to several interviews, let's say about 8 interviews until someone gave me my business card. He said, "Go and meet Ernest." Ernest is a specialist in interview coaching.
Yeah.
Besides being an author of 5 books to my name. So I had a one-to-one with him. This was a 2-hour section. I said, "Listen, let's start from the nitty-gritty. Let me see how you have if you have that confidence." Yeah. So I set up it like a mock interview whereby, okay, I threw question to him relevant to that job post. He was not able to answer it. I can see he hasn't got the confidence. I said the first step for me is to build the confidence.
Yeah.
So after going through that phase, we now went to the how to answer interview questions. So I figured out I make sure that the session is tailored to his job post you're applying for. Look, on the long run, I was outside on holiday and he called me that he said, "Ernest, I've got a job. Thanks for the interview coaching." Because what I told him to the job interview, bear in mind, my session is tailored to the job post the client is applying for. So any question I throw is related to that job post. He said he has got a job. So he started recommending people to me to contact me via my website. And today is all history.
Yeah. So I know you've been coaching for a number of years and you've written several books, which we'll talk about a bit later. So you clearly have the interview skills to get almost any job that you apply for. So why did you choose to set up your own interview coaching company?
In the words of the late Dr. Morrow said, "Your gift will make room for you and place you in presence of great men." So clients were clamoring to me, saying, "Yes, why don't you have your own company? It will be easier for you to bring out that credibility. People know you as an author. Set up a company." So I said, "Okay, well, let me establish this company." This one, I've had different companies in the past before this recent one, which was set up in May, which is Interview Coaching Expert Limited. So I set up that consulting firm for clients to be able to book service with me online. If they're in need of CV or Skype or one-to-one or mock or any range of interview, that's why that consulting firm is set up. Because my service goes across all range of clients, job seekers, graduates, university students, professionals, both in private and public sector.
Okay.
So that was the rationale why I set up that company, to help people who are struggling for job interview, especially with this pandemic that's almost over now. People are struggling to apply for a job, and they might be going for several job interviews. This is an opportunity for me to use my firm to help them to prepare for that job interview they are going for.
Okay, excellent. So tell me a bit about some of the books you've written.
I've taught 5 books. The first book was Interview Preparation and Success Tips. That one came out last year. It was a bestseller on Amazon.
Okay.
So the other book was How to Be Successful at Interview. The other book was Standard to Learn the Coveted Job. That was the third one. The fourth one was How to Sell Yourself during job interview. And the fifth one was How to Be Effective during job interview. These books have different range of what we call traditional interview question and competency interview. Most candidates are familiar with traditional interview question, like "Tell me about yourself." But my book comprises of both traditional interview and competency interview, which is behavioral, like give a situation, task, action, results. I always tell clients, my book is just a guide on how to ace job interviews. And different books have different presentation, different format, different chapters, but they are all geared towards landing that dream job or university course. And these books are available on my website or Amazon.com.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll get some more details about your contact details a bit later. So I guess out of the 5 books, have you got a favorite?
That's a very interesting question.
Yeah, no.
I mean, like I always tell clients, all the 5 books are very rich. We're fully packed with interview tips, interview preparation, presentation, body language. But I always tell clients, get the book Interview Preparation and Success Tips. That one, it has likely interview questions and answers, what to expect, how to answer interview questions, how to build your confidence, how to sell yourself, etc. So that's one of the top books, Interview Preparation and Success Tips.
Okay. Good. So tell me about, so obviously we still want people to go out and buy your books if they require to know a bit more about your interview coaching and your success tips. But can you just tell us a few of your success tips on this podcast?
My few of my success tips is first and foremost, being happy that clients have got the job they've applied for using my services. Because like I tell you, I give them value, not the money. Because in the words of Albert Einstein, say, try not to be a man of success, but be a man of value. You see?
Yeah.
I said, I give them value. I said, okay, let me help them to prepare for that job interview. That has been on my success tips. Seeing them happy, achieving their goals and dreams in taxi. And the next success tip is helping to build their confidence prior to job interview. Clients, they come out from the interview telling me, oh, Mr. Ernest, even the recruiter were commending them that they did very well during the interview. And the other tip is I help them to know how to answer interview questions, what to say and what not to say. Most candidates, they go to job interview, they don't know what to ask the candidate. If you are, what to ask the recruiter. Like I always tell people that candidate, if you are going for interview, always ask questions. Don't ask questions about salary. Ask questions about the job you are applying for. What kind of training facilities it is. Those are the tips I've given to candidates, and those candidates that have used my services have applied it during their individual job interviews, and they come out successful at the end of the day.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good. So just touching on those actual interviews again, a number of people would have had moments in interviews when they go blank, so they've got a question, they know they've done the right preparation, and they just go blank. And what advice would you give in that situation?
I advise them to be more relaxed, more calm. If they are tense, I always advise them to drink a glass of water, because when you are nervous or anxious, it shows on your body appearance, your presentation. So try and be calm and try and be relaxed during the job interview.
Okay.
And when you're going, let's say tomorrow is your interview, don't stay late. Sleep early, go to bed early, so you look fresh in the morning prior to you go to the job interview. That's another advice,
And roughly how much time would you say someone should spend on interview preparation?
My sections varies. I have 60-minute section, I have 90-minute section, I have 1-2 hour sections. It depends what the client want to book for. So I prepare, each service is bespoke, tailored to the job post you're applying for. So if a client want to book for 1 hour, I prepare that session during 1 hour. So after the interview, I'll call them again to see, okay, how was it? Or before the interview, I do a 20 minutes rehearsal just to see if he or she can recollect what we discussed, just to guide them. That's what I always do. So every section, after the section, when they're going for interview, prior to that day, I call them again, okay, let's go over what we discussed again, which has really helped the clients have able to coach for the past years.
And I suppose when a lot of people, when they come out of interviews, they kind of recall the questions and think, oh gosh, I should have said that, I should have said this. How do you deal with that when they come to you and say, Ernest, look, I should have done so much better. I missed this, I missed that.
Okay. What I do is that I tell them, for instance, there's a normal traditional interview question like, tell me about yourself. That's an example, which is common. Most candidates don't know how to answer that question. You see, during my session with the candidates, okay, look at me, look at how I answer the question. So just you demonstrate. When you say, tell me about yourself, you talk briefly about yourself, your educational background, your skills and experience, how your skills and experience match the job post you're applying for. They want to say, because you have been invited for that job post. So they want to know that you have more information. How does your skills and experience match the job post? What kind of hobbies, etc., relevant to that job post? Because remember, you are going there to sell yourself. Why do you think you are the best candidate? So your skills and experience has to match the job post you're applying for. So if you forget these things, these are the basic things. Always go through it again prior to you go to an interview. Recap on what your skills are, identify your strengths and weaknesses, and link it to the job post you're applying for.
Okay. So if I was going to say that if there's probably a few other interview coaches out there, people who've written books as well. Why would you suggest the listeners actually come to you for coaching?
I don't have to blow my trumpet, like I said, So, but I will have those that have read my books. They know the quality, what is inside my book. The content of my books is very rich. So anyone preparing for a job interview, they can always contact me, which we're going to put the link later on. I will have a face-to-face session with them, consultation with them. Okay, find out what is their needs, where do they need support, what kind of areas they are lacking, so that I will guide them.
Yeah.
Before I go to the basic, which is interview preparation, I don't know what are you good at, what are you not good at.
Yeah.
Tell me, what kind of bad experience have you had during job interview? Why were you not successful? Once I have those things in place, then I now work on your confidence, your body language, and how to answer interview questions. Because I have clients globally, worldwide. I have a client last year that called me for interview coaching. He got a job eventually because he got my website through Google. So I was surprised. Okay. Say, Mr. Ernest, I need interview coaching. Someone gave him my website. So I'm not boasting, but the quality is more than the money. It's not the money per se, but it's the quality I deliver.
Yeah.
Apart from interview coaching, I also draft CVs too. If you go on my website, so CVs are very crucial.
Yes.
If your CV is not engaging, attractive, the chance of being invited for a job is very slim. So that's why my consulting firm is all about both interview coaching and CV services for clients that want to book any of the services. They can go through my website.
Yeah, and 2 quick tips on CV writing.
So, see, 2 quick tips are your profile is the profile.
Yeah,
your profile is the key. You might have these work experience, case, hobbies, etc. But if your profile is not eye-catching, engaging, the chance of you being invited to the interview is very slim. And also avoid gaps. Make sure there are no gaps when you are writing your CV.
Yes.
Let's say from 2010 to 2012, it must be filled up. Make sure there's no gap. If you leave a gap, you're giving the recruiter the chance to ask you a question. If you can't define it, you put yourself in trouble. So make sure there are no gaps during job interview. So those are 2 tips: profile and ensuring that there's no gaps. CV is normally 2 or 3 pages.
Yes.
Not more than 2 or 3 pages.
Okay.
So,
and, sorry. And in your profile, what kind of things do you put in your profile?
In your profile, your skills, the skills you have. Are those skills match the job post you're applying for?
Yes.
Might be good in human relations, communication, whatever it is, very industrious. Those are just tip of the iceberg, but your skills have to match the job post because that's what they look at. Most candidates, when they write CV, they send to the recruiter, they don't get invited. They send 10, 20 CVs, no job invite. The reason is just their profile. Your profile has to be attention-grabbing and engaging and more convincing to the recruiter. It should be linked to that job post you're applying for.
Yes. And so would you suggest that you tailor your CV to the job every time you go for a different job?
Absolutely. Tailor to that job post. Absolutely. Okay. Spot on. Yes.
Okay. So you also say you work with a lot of job seekers providing guidance on CV writing. So I'm just interested to know, so do you actually charge to give guidance on CV writing, and how, and if you do you get a lot of clients that are job seekers?
First and foremost, I do 20 minutes consultation, free consultation to discuss with the client what they need from your CV. I look at the CV as, okay, something's not right here. I say, if you want the book, I have that service on my website. I have CV makeover within 5 years or less than 5 years.
Okay.
I have graduate CV, I have senior CV. It depends on the category. But what I do, I guide them on how to write the CV. So if it's not engaging, convincing, or persuasive enough to be invited for a job interview, and that's okay. If you want my assistance, you have to book for my service. And when they do that, I give them a redefined policy CV. Because there's a client I had, that was last year. So the mother contacted me and said, my daughter has been to several, sending her CV to several companies, but no luck or no, she wasn't fortunate to be invited for a job interview. I said, look at the CV. I said, madam, something is wrong with the CV. I said, how do I know? I said, okay, let me draft it for her. I'm not boasting. So I drafted that CV for her. Then she got an invite. She was invited for a United Nations post because of that CV.
Okay. United Nations.
United Nations, humanitarian service. So she now comes and said, Mr. Ernest, people were saying that CV, who drafted that CV, says one Mr. Ernest, As I told you, if I write a CV for you, CV has to be eye-catching, engaging, and persuasive, and tailored to that job post. So that's what CV is all about.
Yeah. Oh, you sold that one to me anyway.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much.
You mentioned earlier, so I suppose listening to you talk about how you coach people for interview. You are very passionate about it, I can actually tell. And I wonder if do you consider yourself a bit of a life coach as well as just an interview coach?
I mean, like I said, life coach is quite different from my specialty. Yeah. My specialty is by career coach or interview coach. Life coach is a different genre. So I'm not expert in that area. My specialty is mostly interview coaching. How to land your dream job, how to sell yourself during job interview, how to prepare, how to build confidence. That's my specialty.
Yeah, and I understand. I just think some of the stuff you touch on when you're learning about someone is part of it's stuff they can use, not just for interviews, but just for life.
For general life, yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. Like I give them encouragement. I give them, like I had a client she said she has been to several interviews. I say in the words of Winston Churchill, say courage is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. You have to keep on moving on. Like the words of Little King, he said, if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl, but keep on moving. So with interview preparation, you might have been to several job interviews. Don't give up. Keep on applying. Keep on going for job interviews. Because in the words of Denzel Washington, so they say, if you hang around the barber shop for too long, sooner or later you have a haircut. The same with interview coaching. So keep on going. You have a job one day.
Yes. Thank you. So if there are any listeners who want to get one-on-one coaching sessions with you, what's the best way of contacting you?
I think the best way is to go through before I answer this question, I also have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And whereby clients can watch videos and learn about interview tips, how to prepare for job interviews, etc. So I have a YouTube channel.
Good. So I think just on that point, I will put all of those links on the interview notes. Okay. So and also, so you've got a website?
interviewcoachingexpert.net. Interviewcoachingexpert.net.
Yeah. And what I'll do is I'll add all your social media on there as well.
Okay.
And you mentioned your books. And where's the best place to purchase your books?
They can purchase my books from my website, interviewcoachingexpert.net. You have the books page. You can have the ebook, have the paperback. So anyone, the fit them to purchase. They are all very rich books for interview preparation.
Excellent. Well, Ernest, it's been great speaking to you and learning about what you do. And I'm sure the listeners will be very happy to hear about some of the stuff you do as well. So thanks for your time. And
thanks, sir.
And every success for the future.
Thank you very much. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to be on your platform. Much appreciated. Thank you.
No worries.